Whenever we met our Soviet counterparts, we tested their mood. We explained, you know, we are in a very difficult situation. We have more than 60,000 people, including small children in Hungary. We expected the two German states to come to an agreement, to come to a solution, but now we see that it's hopeless. So we have to find a solution. And the answer was exactly the same, whether it came from the Soviet Communist Party or from the Foreign Ministry of the Soviet Union or from any other authorities. The answer was, it is the business of the two German states and you, Hungarians. We are sure that you will find some solution. But we did. We did find a solution. We just wanted to know whether they would interfere at one point. But it was a clear message, a clear green light for us that we can go. Then we opened the border. More than 60,000 went to Austria and the Federal Republic. And 2 months later, the Berlin Wall fell down because we didn't close the border. We left it open, and we even announced it. So all the citizens of East Germany knew that if they could come to Hungary, and they had valid passports for Hungary, from Hungary they could simply walk to Austria and to the Federal Republic. So finally it made the Berlin Wall the symbol of the Cold War for so many years, because it was built in '61, absolutely irrelevant, and then it fell down. And Helmut Kohl, the then Chancellor of the Federal Republic, claimed that Hungary removed the first brick from the Berlin Wall. What sometimes makes me unhappy, that ministers who vote yes for a proposal, if the proposal becomes unpopular, then they point their fingers to Brussels that, you know, this is the Brussels bureaucracy. And simply, they even use the same hand with which they voted yes 3 weeks before or 3 months before, and refer to the Brussels bureaucracy. If something turns to be good, then of course it is my job, and that is my achievement and the achievement of the government. So politicians can play and do play some role in the sometimes negative assessment of the work of Brussels, of the work of the European Commission. We are considering the possibility of introducing an EU-wide carbon tax, because we have the emission trading system, which covers only 40–45% of carbon emission, CO2 and other greenhouse gas emission. But what about the other 55% or 60%? So we want to introduce the carbon tax or CO2 taxation in those fields, in those sectors like transport, like households, where there is no emission trading system.
My name is Sivert Aronsson, and me and my two colleagues here, we come from the Swedish tax agency. So I will actually ask you a question about taxes. And it comes to the mutual assistance and the information exchange between countries on tax matters. So actually we have experienced kind of difficulties with the cooperation with some of the member states that have actually signed the EC directive. So they are compelled to follow this directive. And I will actually name these countries because there are 4 of them. It's Greece, Cyprus, Malta, and Portugal.
I didn't know the concrete example that you made, because Greece, Cyprus, and Malta, at least I don't know anything about that they would regularly infringe upon this, but I will check it when I go back. Under the circumstances of the crisis, people are more sensitive to tax avoidance and tax evasion and tax fraud. So we were helped by that, and we were helped by the Liechtenstein scandal, that some hundreds of high-ranking personalities of the German economy, but also from other countries, try to avoid even this regulation. I hope there is no any side door in the directive.